Hi guys, Tonda here from Mollymine Pursebook. We're going to start out with a reminder. Print your instruction sheets, or at least have them open on your computer. The very first instruction she has we're going to do today is accessory page 1. So the first instruction is print color chart. It looks like this. Okay, you can either print it, or if you'd like to save paper and ink like I do, then you can open it on your computer. So today is accessory page 1, which is the back side of the lotion, the hand sanitizer, the lip balm, and the cell phone. It's just going to be the back. So the very first step is going to be an applique position, and I will show you. To get started, we have our tearaway and our organza. So I'm going to pop it in the machine and sew out my first step, and we'll be back. Okay, the machine sewed out the first outline stitch. I hope you can see that. I know the light's a little bad. So you want to have first a piece of foam. This is my white craft foam, bigger than this item. Second, you will want your piece of fabric. I chose white, and we're going to put them over there and sew the tack down stitch, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, this is the part I want you to see. Okay, I'm going to cut, I've done half of it. I'm going to cut the material away from my edge, not the foam, okay? And as we do each of the 4 that are on this page, they will be exactly like this one. So I'm going to cut this away and then sew the next tack down stitch. Well, it'll be the second tack down stitch for the fabric. And then after that is when we will tear away this foam. So next step. Okay guys, what I did was I let the tack down stitch sew, but I left my foam on for now. If it's a little bit too far over, it might get caught into your next outline stitch. You can see I've already done my next one. You might want to trim it back a little bit. I don't pull it off at this point because I don't want to accidentally tear my stabilizer and all this loose from my hoop. I'm going to wait and pull my foam off all 4 at once when I'm finished. But right now we're going to go ahead. This process is the same for all 4 of these on accessory page 1. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this, and then I'll get back with you at the end. Thanks. Okay gang, all finished. But I have a tip. So if you're smart and you watch this video through before you do it, look how close these are for me. I had to trim that top one. So why not start with a full page of foam? Everything will stitch out on one foam. Then you don't have to worry about the overlapping. That would be the key there in my opinion. I've chosen white because it's easy to color in if you see white spots on the edges. But anyway, there it is. Now we're going to pull all the foam off. This step is done. And when I come back, we're going to go to accessory page 2. Okay guys, next one, accessory page 2. It's going to be keys, lip balm, the front side, and a nail file. So the first thing we're going to do, stabilizer, organza, and this time I'm going to put the whole sheet right here. It's going to do the 3 keys first, and then we are going to have to trim away part of this to allow room for the nail file and that, but that's okay, we'll do that after. For right now, I'm going to start with a whole piece of foam. I'm going to let it stitch my outline for the first key, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to do the fabric. Okay guys, I've let my outline stitch sew right on top of my foam since I put a foam over the whole thing. Now we need to put our fabric on for the tack down stitch. You'll need 1 piece for the front and a piece to cover the back. I've already put spray adhesive and put mine over the outline stitch. Now, this is very important. Before you go into your finishing stitch, you need to make your bobbin thread match your top thread. So mine's going to be pink. I'll be back when I'm finished. Okay, my tack down stitch is done, and now I'm going to trim just the fabric. Not worried about the foam. I'm just going to trim the fabric from both sides. And then I'll put it in for my satin stitch, and I'll be finished with this step and go to the next. Okay guys, I forgot to tell you a minute ago just to take all of these pieces and set them aside, okay, because we're working on these keys. So somewhere you're going to have all your little pieces set aside and waiting for when it's their turn to be put back into the hoop. So key, finished. There it is. Again, we're not trying to tear the foam away. I have my next outline step done. I chose blue, so I've already put my blue bobbin thread in. I'm going to put my fabric top and bottom. Then I'm going to trim it and both sides, and then I'll go to the next key. I'm going to finish my keys and then we'll come back to you. Okay guys, I'm back. My keys are all finished. So front and back is done. You see how the bobbin threads match. Now I am going to very gently tear this foam off instead of trimming it because I want it to leave this space empty to do the nail file and the lip balm. Put it on a flat surface. Put your finger against the stitches and then gently you can tear it away and it'll come up. But try to put it down on a flat surface and do it really gently so you don't pull it out of the hoop. Okay guys, all of my foam is off and I have stitched the outline stitch for our lip balm. We don't need any foam under it because it's already under the backing. Okay, so next is going to be the fabric placement. So I'm going to put my white. I'm going to put my white on there, and I'm going to already have the matching pink bobbin thread because mine is going to be pink on top. I'm going to have the top and bottom matching. It's not going to do the satin stitch yet, but I went ahead and made it switch to pink so that I don't forget and have the wrong color on the bottom. So first we're going to tack it down, then I'm going to trim the material, and then I will show you how we put the back on. Okay gang, it sewed out a tack down stitch, and then it sewed the cherries and the words and the leaves, and then it stopped. So that was, the last one was step 14 and it stopped. Now before you go to 15, you need to put your back on, and I use tape. You can do whatever you want, but line it up, tape it down. If you use spray adhesive and you feel comfortable with that, that's fine too. But line it up, tape it down, put it gently in your hoop. Not in your hoop, in your machine. Put your hoop back in your machine. And then you're going to check it after the tack down stitch sews and make sure that it's lined up. If it's not, you can always pick it out and try again. Okay, my tack down stitch has sewn on, and I'm satisfied that I don't see anything sticking out the back. So I will pick the tape off, and then I will sew the rest of the satin stitch, and it will also sew the top, like the cap part. Okay, and then I'll come back and see you for the nail file. Okay guys, this is finished, all nice and outlined, so you can see all that. We'll trim up loose threads later. The next step, sewed an outline stitch for where you're going to do the nail file, and it's going to be basically thread. No, you're not going to need material for this. So I'm going to choose a piece of thin craft foam. You can also just put float a couple of pieces of tearaway in here, just something to give stiffness to the file part of your nail file. So we're just going to put this right over there and let the thread match your bobbin thread because it's going to show top and bottom. And when that's done, I'm going to peel the excess foam away, and then we're going to go to the little handle part of the file. Okay guys, this is sewed. I have that taken off. The outline stitch is on. I have already put adhesive and put my piece of fabric on the back. Now I'm going to put foam over the front and my material. Foam and material, in the machine I go, tack it down, trim the material, then let the satin stitch do the final thing. Okay, a reminder, once this is trimmed, make sure your bobbin thread matches your top thread, or you're going to end up having to redo an item. So, good reminder, mine's both pink, so here we go, final step. Okay guys, we're all finished sewing. You can now just pull this away. See, just pops right off, and we can take it out of a hoop and put hoops on it. Okay, so here's where we're at, and you can just take your tearaway off, cut the organza off close to the edge, And there's your pieces. You have finished keys and a finished nail file and a finished lip balm. And the next time I make a video, we will go into the next accessories page, which will include pockets. In the meantime, you can either go ahead if you're feeling brave, or you can set aside your pieces and save them, because we still have the backs for these that we have to put on as we get to them. So y'all have a great night, and I'm signing off for tonight.